Okay, so quite a bit to talk about with episodes 3 and 4 of the 7 Deadly Sins Season 2. It's been pretty chaotic. Honestly, episode 3 was definitely one of the slower episodes of the first 4 episodes thus far. Episode 3, it was alright. Honestly, episode 4 really kicked it up and went into high gear. It had action, it had build-up, suspense, a lot of cool stuff. Episode 3 was mainly setup and a few different aspects, so that's a broad, perspective as far as the episodes go. Again, episode 3 on the slower side. Episode 4 really just kicking ass, but let's go deeper. Golder, which I guess I have to call him Golder now because everybody's screaming at me, it's not Galder, even though that's what I was calling him before anybody knew what the fuck he was really called when it was just in the manga. But okay, anyway, Golder, he's on the road to character development. Definitely showcases where he started to hear, wait, so what I did was a bad thing? And he reversed it on Zeal and Gira or Guila, however the fuck you say her name. He reversed it back and gave them their memories back, and now he's kind of questioning himself. So again, he's on that road to character development, to someday changing into a better person. But we also seen a true form of him, which really makes you curious about how human is he, or how much humanity is in this guy, because we find out his true form is a puppet. He was essentially created by, I believe, the real Golder many years ago, and this is what's left of him, essentially, this puppet. And that's also a reason why, probably, looking at Galder's character, or Golder's character, throughout these episodes, how he's just constantly very peculiar, to say the least. He's just constantly talking about not having a heart, and I would have understood if I had one, but I don't, and it's like, oh, so it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz type of deal in a way. So that's where I kind of put Golder in that section there. Honestly, what we saw from him in these couple episodes, again, is just, he's on the road to that. Now he has to go on a journey of, I don't know if it's atonement or what, but he has to find some answers, because as of right now, he's definitely very lost. He fucked with Diane. He's really doing a lot of fucked up things. And also, I guess I'm not allowed to call her Diane because the dub calls her Deanne, so it's Deanne now. By the way, hilarious stuff when Guila breaks up with him, I just gotta say. What, you thought you was gonna do all that shit and she was still gonna give you the punani, bro? Get out of here. More continuing of Meliodas not wanting Elizabeth to join him in the cause, and I spoke about that already, but that's definitely showcasing some foreshadowing. Not only that things are dangerous, but more into Meliodas' character, and it's really breaking Elizabeth. And as it stands right now, if we're just talking about Elizabeth's character and what's going on with her, her biggest plight is the fact that she's really upset. And again, it goes into how the 7 Deadly Sins very lovely, or however the fuck you would say it, puts all the characters in their own perspective and their own little arcs, and essentially they have a lot of drama. Sometimes it feels like a soap opera or whatever, but it is what it is. And Elizabeth's character, as of right now, her main plight again is, Meliodas don't want me around. Why doesn't he want me around? What did I do? I thought we was comrades. I thought we was gonna be, I was gonna be sucking that Meliodas cock. What happened? Like, Elizabeth is hurt. She is upset right now, okay? She's gonna go to couples counseling, get a show on VH1, and it's gonna be a wrap for Meliodas. No, but seriously, and then we got some more action with Meliodas. He went up against that big demon fucking tool thingy, because essentially I feel as though the baby demons, or the demons that are not a part of the 10 Commandments, they're more so like lower levels, but we seen Meliodas using one of his best techniques. His clone technique was able to take out one of them. Also, King in the episode 4, he was able to do it as well, but we need to talk about different perspectives. For starters, when Meliodas did it, again, when he used a very big attack, which means that it was somewhat challenging against him. He didn't really struggle, but he had to use a really strong attack to take that demon down. King absolutely struggled, and it's like, holy shit. You gotta think for a second. If Meliodas is using his best attack, and King is struggling, barely surviving against one of these things before putting it down, how are they going to fare against the 10 Commandments that they in another level? That even Hawk, at the end of the latest episode, episode 4, was like, I think my scouter's broken. The power level, it says over not 9,000, it's over 28,000. Like, it was a crazy freaking number. I think it's 26 or 28,000 or something, but Garon, however you pronounce that too. Very, very incredible power, which, by the way, out of the 10 Commandments, he's one of my more favorite ones, but to be honest with you, I love all of them. In fact, I'm going to ask this question here. I don't know how many people are watching this video at this point, but I would love to know, would you guys like 10 separate videos of the 10 Commandments? Maybe I'll release one a week just talking about them. Essentially, like, Galan, for example, I'll do a 15-minute video just talking about everything I think about Galan. Maybe even dive into some, I don't know if you want manga spoilers or just giving you guys backstory and what I think of him thus far. I would love to do that. Maybe call it the 10 Commandments, Galan of whatever his sin or commandment is, so to speak. Let me know if you would love to see that. I would love to do it. I would have a great time constructing those videos. If they're weekly, 10 weeks, it'll, do almost the first season of the anime. So again, if you'd like to see that, let me know. But continuing on, we see Galan, and he's gearing up. He wants to get into action. And the crazy thing is, hold up a second. Hold the phone. Let's compare power levels. We have to put the power level hats on right now, guys. Meliodas has been shown to have a power level. I believe it was like 3,300, somewhere around there in the 3,400 or whatever. 36 at max, I want to say. There's no more than that, right? That's Meliodas' power. And then I think Merlin, which again is a part of the Seven Deadly Sins, she has like 4,400, 4,100 or whatever. So they're like in 3,000 and 4,000s, right? Galan is, again, the 10 Commandments are all very, very weak. They barely have any power. They just buffed up enough to go on this fight. But they're, and again, it's him by himself. He's weak, he's very weak right now. But Hawk says 26, 28. How is that even going to be a fight? Like, okay, yes. Like, if you go to Dragon Ball Super, for example, and I'm going to talk about the greatest thing in Dragon Ball Super, don't worry, don't get mad. Universally, everybody will accept me bringing this up. Master Roshi brought into the Tournament of Power the fact that I may be weak, but I have technique. You know what I'm saying? I may be weak, but I have technique, and I could take out stronger opponents. Maybe we could see that case here in a way. I'm not sure, because again, Galan in a whole other caliber than even the leader of the Seven Deadly Sins. How is his clone technique, or the reverse attack that he used against Hendrickson at the end of season 1? How is he going to be able to do any damage against a 28,000 when one hit from Galan should be enough? And again, I love Galan's voice. I love Galan's character. I love the 10 Commandments so far. And in the anime, we've only heard a few of them really conversate heavily. Most of them aren't even really talking, but so far they are badasses. And we've had the Akatsuki, we've had all these groups out there, the Shichibukai, all of them, either the big baddies or the big badasses of everything. We've had the Espada in Bleach, and the 10 Commandments are that group of the 7 Deadly Sins. And honestly, this episode yet again, or the latest episode, episode 4, building up Galan, phenomenal. I am so excited to see this Meliodas versus Galan again. We see Meliodas be able to take out one of the, it's a demon or whatever. He took it out, but Meliodas is 3,300. Unless he's able to use that reverse attack many times and get that 28,000 attack back, or 26,000, whatever, against Galan, this is going to be ridiculous. I love it. But quickly, let's talk about King's fight against one of those demons. And again, these little demons are like ants compared to Galan, and King struggled, had to use his sacred treasure against, even though, yeah, Meliodas had to use this too, but again, Meliodas didn't struggle like King. King really struggled, barely won, and defeated that nasty fucking thing that was a demon. How could, he help in the fight against the 10 Commandments with, being a part of the 7 Deadly Sins? What's King's power? I remember King's power was ridiculously weak. It's ridiculous. This is outrageous. I'm really curious to see a lot of anime-only theories of how these people are going to be able to get to this level. Are they going to have to train? Is it going to be just ass pulls? What is your speculation on how the 7 Deadly Sins are going to be able to buff up from like the 3,000 and 4,000s to 28,000s and beyond? Because again, Galan was weak at that point. Weak. Also, quickly want to talk about Bond and the fairies. Crazy what happened to Bond. Honestly, that panel was one of my favorite, or that shot of the couple episodes where he's just stabbed through because he got tricked. And the fairies is interesting again, how they don't really have much loyalty. They 1 minute like, yeah, Bond, we want your balls. Next minute, yeah, King, because they felt bad for King. No loyalties. Like, these hoes ain't loyal. Definitely no loyalty with the fairy community there. It's like, those fairies don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. And diving a little more into some of the side characters, we see Arthur yet again. Honestly, I'm gonna probably say this for a very long time. Arthur is mainly just gearing up. We're gonna see a lot of Arthur just gearing up, and honestly, Arthur is one of my least favorite characters in all of the hero side in the 7 Deadly Sins, because as of right now, anyway, in the anime, he hasn't really done too much, and I'm just really not all that enthusiastic about him. From the legends, Arthur and Merlin and all that shit, Arthur right now is not living up to the hype. Maybe this is a young Arthur. He will become greater later on, and who knows, once the 7 Deadly Sins are no longer a thing, Arthur can take over and really, fight in the name of justice on their behalf. Kind of curious what you guys think about episodes 3 and 4 of the 7 Deadly Sins season 2. What is your favorite stuff of what happened so far? What do you think about Galan? Does Meliodas stand a chance? How are they going to fight when Meliodas is in 3,000, Galan is in the 20-something thousand? How is Meliodas even going to be able to scratch this guy? Also, what is your predictions on the other 10 Commandments? What do you think about where everything is leading with Bond? Also, King. Does this make King weak? Honestly, another question. Is King weak? Your real thoughts of everything. 7 Deadly Sins Season 2, absolute madness. minus episode 3. I'd say it was about like a 7 out of 10, 6.5 to a 7. Episode 4, that was an 8.5 to a 9. Just very good to great. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.